This is our story and 10 quick tips on how we went from 0 to 50K per month within 6 months managing other people's properties on Airbnb management business.
So how we actually started the business. Like most people looking to leave their 9 to 5, we tried a number of different business models. High ticket sales, agency, marketing, all types of different things. What we found was that a lot of people with very little experience and knowledge were making a ton of money on Airbnb, managing other people's properties. And we build a business not in the way you think. Most of these Airbnb gurus all teach a model of rental arbitrage. This is a method of signing a year lease with a property owner at above market rate, then paying for furnishing the house, and then hoping you can make that money back by renting it out on Airbnb. We looked at this method ourselves, but it just simply doesn't work for the majority of people. And once you get to a high scale, it's very, very high risk.
Now this model isn't all bad. Maybe if you've only got 1 or 2 properties, particularly in a key area that you know works, this model can be okay and you can make some good money doing it. The main thing you need to keep in mind though is there's a lot of risk. You've signed a lease, you're paying utilities, you've furnished a house, you've outlaid a lot of cost and a lot of ongoing cost. So if you can't make it work, you're going to be liable for that money, and therefore it's going to create a lot of risk for you. You really only need a few slow months or a slow peak season and you can burn through cash pretty quick, possibly even all your savings and all the money that you've made in the business previously. A key example of this was all the people trying to do it when COVID hit. Instantly, they had a bunch of properties that they had furnished, that they had utility bills for, that they had the rent bills for. They're outlaying all of this money and they have absolutely no customers and no way of getting customers. We opted to create our business using a different model, a performance-based model where the clients also share in the revenue. The better we do, the better we all do. The way this works is clients come to us with their properties and they outsource all the management to us, and then we take a percentage of the booking revenue for that service. This percentage is normally 20 to 25% of the total booking revenue.
This is the quickest way to break into the Airbnb market and make 20K per month in less than 6 months. By managing already set up homes, there's zero setup costs for yourselves in terms of furnishing and getting it ready for guests. How it works is you sign the client, you get the professional photos, you get to work building the listing and getting the bookings through the door as quickly as possible.
The second you've got bookings, you've got revenue and you've got a business. Instead of the rent-to-rent or rental arbitrage model where you're outlaying a lot of money and hoping to make it back plus some profit, in this model, you're not outlaying any money. Simply as soon as you get bookings, you're making money, but if there are no bookings, the key factor here is you're not losing money. For people just getting started in the industry, or for people who already maybe manage 1 or 2 Airbnbs as a side income, this is the fastest way to create a real business and create a full-time income. With this model, you can scale quickly, create higher revenue, and do it with minimal risk, while also at the end having a saleable asset.
We went from 0 properties and 0 experience to managing 20 properties at 20 to 50K per month within 6 months of us starting, generating over $2 million in 2023 alone before selling our whole portfolio and business of around 32 properties at the end of 2023.
So here's 10 quick tips and what we did. Number 1, focus. You should have the sole focus of acquiring more clients and properties. Put all the money straight back into marketing and scale as quickly as possible.
Client selection. So we found mid to luxury properties, 2 to 6 bed, generated earnings reports for the owners, showing them the earning potential of their homes as a short-term rental.
Number 3, follow up all leads. We followed up all the leads, we visited their homes, we sat down and we discussed with them the plans to maximize the revenue from their property and how it would look in a partnership with us.
Number 4, sign and get started as soon as possible. Once the client signed, we got to work straight away. Professional photos, getting the listings up and running as quickly as possible, setting up the revenue management strategies to get the bookings, and honestly, we learned a lot along the way.
Number 5, managing great experiences for guests. We didn't focus on having the most extravagant experiences for guests. We simply focus on giving them a great property, a good experience, managing their expectations, and making sure they knew what they were buying before they got it. By doing this and communicating effectively with guests, we maintained a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Airbnb, which gave us superhost status across our entire portfolio of 30 plus properties. We also maintained this status for the entirety of our business, which was around 18 months.
Number 6, focus on max revenue. We focus on getting the maximum returns for our clients, and as a byproduct, obviously our business. We did this by focusing only on the things that mattered, getting bookings. Instead of focusing on extravagant experiences or the best pillows, anything like that, focus on the money. That's how you're going to grow your business.
Number 7, we doubled down on marketing. We always continue to focus on marketing for our business to bring in new clients and new properties for us to manage. Airbnb, short-term rentals, holiday rentals, whatever you want to call it, the accommodation industry is a seasonal business. This means you're going to have massive peaks in the peak seasons and things are going to drop off a little bit in winter. The key here is to always focus on marketing, always be bringing in new clients, and your revenue is going to steadily grow along with that. You want to optimize to take as much revenue as possible during the busy seasons and simply know and accept that during the slow seasons, things are going to drop off a little bit. Everything runs in cycles.
Number 8, hire a team. We hired in all the right places so we could actually focus on building and scaling our business. Hiring property managers, revenue managers, the right cleaning crew, bookkeepers, accountant. There's a lot of different hires you have to do, and it's better to put the money in these places so you can actually, again, focus on scaling.
Outsource and automate. Set up automations for absolutely everything you possibly can so that little tasks aren't chewing up your time and your energy. Things like the communication with guests, the check-in messages, the checkout messages, the booking confirmations, the cleaning schedules, things like this can all be completely automated with software, systems, and standard operating procedures. Your goal is to make everything in the business as streamlined and as smooth as possible. The less friction, the faster you can scale, and the more money you're going to make.
And finally, number 10, setting up for an exit. Finally, for us, once we're at scale, we're setting up the business to sell. This means hiring in the right places, having all the automations set up so that we could hand the keys to the next buyer and he could take over effectively immediately. Those were our 10 quick tips. Now, this isn't the easiest business to break into. We saw a lot of people start and then fail along the way. It takes a lot of time and effort to learn all the things that we did throughout the time of our business. But if you want to make some serious money in Airbnb as an actual business, these are a lot of the things you have to take into account. To be honest, most people fail in setting up these sorts of businesses. We picked up a lot of clients from other hosts who just simply sent out a mass email saying, hey, I can't take it anymore, find another manager.
If you want to do this business, it can be very lucrative, but you must build it smart. Otherwise, it can just turn into a 24/7 nightmare where you're not making any money and no one's happy. We've seen it time and time again with very small operations and some larger operations, and we were operating in a very competitive area of the Gold Coast in Australia. But you don't need to go out blind trying to navigate the pitfalls and problems and issues that can happen within the business. Since we've exited the industry, we've decided to try and help as many people as possible build and scale these businesses the right way so that you can enjoy freedom in your life and earn the money that you deserve. We have a group and community that you can join on our website, bnbfastlane.com. You can go there, sign up, join the community. We go into a lot of detail about how we did it, what we did, the systems for success, and most importantly, what not to do.
So I hope you got some value from that. Join using the links provided. If you have any questions about anything we've discussed here, feel free to ask. We'd be happy to help.